Hello and welcome to my review on the 2019 12-foot toy soldier inflatable from Gemmy. This was sold exclusively at Lowe's, retailing for $149. I got this not only to cultivate my fondness for Airblown Nutcrackers, as demonstrated quite often on the channel, but because I thought it was the best of Lowe's 2019 lineup. Their Christmas inflatables that year weren't bad by any means, though not to the level we've been accustomed to, thus allowing a mere 12-foot soldier to rise to the top. Features include 67 lights, a bearskin hat and mustache made with fuzzy materials, a red tunic enhanced by black and gold accents, and lastly a shiny pair of boots. All in all, I'd say this mere 12-foot inflatable has some pretty impressive details that put it on the level of being a 12-foot LUXE inflatable. We know how great those can be without even having to exceed 10 feet, so this is not to be overlooked. From 2019 up until 2021, Lowe's put a pause on advertising their inflatable selection through the holiday living boxes, trying out Gemmy's Airblown inflatable packaging instead. In retrospect, I'm pretty impartial to the decision, as it was nice to get a change, while also a bit weird having grown up with those boxes ever since collecting. To round things out, we'll take a look at the back, where we'll find our real-life comparison in the 2019 Gemmy Industries core. It's now time to open this up and continue with the third re-review of the year. Equipped with an AH4, it has what's fairly close to a YEF200, so super pleased, especially since there are no animation mechanisms, just loads of mixed media fabric. As with any 12-footer, staking it down is of course necessary, but this for whatever reason almost plants itself to the ground. I'd forgotten that since last I displayed it, and was reminded during setup. The tether attachments are cleverly placed along the belt so that they blend in nicely. No ground tether loops, but as said, he's pretty stable on his own. We'll fire up our Nutcracker and see where he ranks among some of the best. Taking a total of 20 seconds to inflate, this really comes as no surprise. It has a strong motor under there to provide a tight inflation, thus increasing its durability. When this came out 5 years ago, $149 was and still is a steep price for a 12-foot inflatable, but what you got out of it was a design covered in higher-end fabrics, paired with the fan to make it last, so I'd argue that retail was appropriate. Recently, I've been hammering home the cleanliness factor of these mixed media inflatables. As you saw, there were some small bits to pick out in the torso, so all I'm going to say is yes, the fuzziness attracts dirt, leaves, etc., but 30 seconds of grooming will be plenty for upkeep. The other area that needs to be visited every so often are the black straps forming an X across the chest. Portions will get tucked underneath, which usually happens when he's deflated, though it's rather satisfying evening them out, I'll admit. We kind of started in the middle of the soldier, so coming back to that later, we'll now dive into our elements at the top. Beginning with the bearskin hat, it's highly detailed, a well done on Gemmy's behalf to capture that royal aspect, and it's all thanks to the LUXE material. Moments ago I said it was covered, and I meant it, as it finds its way on many crevices of this inflatable. The hair and mustache are slightly shorter, albeit fuzzy fabric, better for conveying human features I suppose, and fortunately catches dirt a little less. My only visual complaint when it comes to this upper portion is the eyes. Up close they appear somewhat young looking to me, and of course there's the mustache right below, so it's a decent discrepancy for sure, just something I choose to ignore. With it now being 2024, enough time has passed that Gemmy's released something we can hypothetically compare this to. If it were indeed to be a child soldier instead of a King's Guard interpretation, you tell me in the comments which you prefer, but if it were up to me, I'd keep the stash and rework the eyes. Heading down to the bottom, we've got some nice boot decoration matching the gold touches above. Gemmy likes to add this buckle detail on a lot of their soldiers, so it's not surprising they've done it in a fancier manner here, though I wish the attention were spent on adding a belt. From the moment I saw this design back in August of 2019, I loved it but thought the lower torso seemed empty. The belt is a signature part of every Nutcracker design, and they could have done a really nice clamp with all this gold. Showing off the back, you'll immediately discover where the mixed media stops, but also where it keeps going. I'm so glad the arms maintain the whole way around, as they are roughly a third of the overall height, extremely visible from the sides being on the outer edges, and this consistency caps off what's truly a great design. Finally, there's just one zipper to be had, located at the bottom underneath the boots, which I did not elaborate on the shine they have. It is harder to notice than the gold, for example, but everywhere there's black on the inflatable, minus the hat, has kind of a glossy finish to it. And now we'll conclude my review on the 12-foot toy soldier inflatable from Gemmy. This is definitely one I don't think got sufficient credit at the time for being what it is, an exceptional product. I was thrilled to do a video highlighting those characteristics which make it that, and as far as purchasing goes these days, it's not going to show up a whole lot, but isn't considered rare either. meaning you have a chance, depending on condition, if you can find one lightly used or a new version for under 170, I'd certainly recommend jumping on it. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Peace out. Bye.